Hello, beautiful person watching this. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Ironclad run. On this channel, I upload my recorded wins with some commentary and general discussion about this beautiful game that we play. So another run today where I was playing pretty fast, just kind of chilling. I think it was about a 45-minute timer at the end. I'm sure you'll be able to see from the video link. And definitely had some close calls here. Pretty cool run overall, so looking forward to seeing this one. Past me was taking just a moment here in the beginning. But having a look at the rewards immediately, Transform 2 looks pretty good, but Transform 1 is also fine. Don't have to lose the max health. And we find a double tap. Now, I took it without even looking at the map, which is unusual for me, although I'm someone who tends to think that rewards are just how good they are a lot of the time. It's usually pretty obvious what the best reward is. The only exception usually is like if you're taking a gold reward, you need to have a shop that you can actually use, but otherwise they are pretty close in power, no matter how the map looks. And Serpent is here. I actually clicked Serpent, a little bit unusual for me, but definitely okay with it here. It's a bit strange, like 100 gold-ish is like the perfect amount of gold to want to take Serpent, because with 100 gold you can't buy even a common relic or anything. But if you have the Serpent monies, then you can buy a card remove and a common relic, or shop relic, of course, I mean. And taking the curse here meant that I could take Perfected Strike, because I'm not planning on removing a strike anymore, I'm now removing a curse. And so Perfected Strike will be good, and it works with a double tap, importantly. And a bite attack potion as well, just to make sure I can get through the elite here. And 3 elite path going right there, and a shop later in the act as well. Still have 150 gold, so it could be good. No defense here, sadly. I did play very aggressively earlier. I was double tapping the bash against Jawworm, for example. Just kind of getting out of there, I suppose. Definitely could have been right to just double defend, though, in that one fight. And Whirlwind is here. Barricade very early, sadly. But Whirlwind with my double tap, and I have a campfire coming up. And skill pot better than speed pot at this point, probably. Oh, 3 strikes on the first turn. And no double tap, no bash. Very sad. Whirlwind and Perfect Strike are the same damage, interestingly. And so I'm going to hope to play his attack bot when I draw this bash, maybe double tap it if it's really good. Trash here, sadly. Whirlwind is the nightmare hit from attack bot, generally speaking. It doesn't get discounted at all. So take the 28 damage. And get out. We pay the Gremlin Knob tax, and we find Centennial Puzzle, drawing us 3 cards the first time we take damage in a combat. Very nice relic. Especially as Ironclad, you can damage yourself pretty easily, which causes certain cards to become much better than usual, such as Bloodletting, Offering, etc. And Smiling Mask is here. All card removes in shops will cost 50 gold for the whole run. And coming out to a shop here, that could be rather useful. And a nice setup looking turn here. We can do Bash Disarm. And we definitely don't want to awaken this turn with that hand coming up. That'd be very sad. So just deal with it here. 3 strikes is a fine turn with a vulnerable on it. And gonna be taking some damage here. Double tap, Perfected Strike is a bit too much damage to pass on, probably. It's 42 damage. And I do Skill Potion and find Shrug. 8 block. And so I see my draw pile, I have double tap, Perfected Strike coming again. So here, if I simply defend and do a little bit of damage, I will have enough to kill it before the next time it attacks me. Very importantly. Made it through. I clicked War Paint too fast there, and you could tell I was not happy about that. But no good skills here really anyway. I took War Cry, it could have been fine to upgrade, but the hits on it were good anyway. Double tap and disarm. Just got dogging the defense there. We do find a membership card having all the prices of the shop, as you can see, and looking to not die coming up here. So Fire Potion and Regen Potion. I'm very low, and I'd like some more fast damage in the elite, just in case The shop wasn't exceptional anyway. Blood Vial is just okay. Card move would be nice, of course, but removing a strike also makes Perfected Strike do less damage, so temporarily actually a negative. And that's not good. Perfected Strike in our opening hand before drawing Bash or Double Tap. Consider heavily using the Regen Potion here, but definitely hoping to get it on turn 3 still. We're going to take 3 or some damage here, which will cause us to draw 3 cards. And hopefully drawing the 3 extra here and knowing we're drawing the double tap next turn can perhaps find us lethal. Especially with the fire potion. It's very likely. And I got out without using a potion, very nice. And find a potion belt for 2 more potion slots and a ghostly armor. Going into the Guardian would like some early block. And that can be pretty good. And double buffers here, and sadly none of them have 24 health, which I believe they can. So I rip the triple defend there, hoping to kill them on this turn. If I leave any of them too high of health to kill this turn, boy would that be very awkward. So I do get out there. Took 6, not too bad. And Feel No Pain is a card that I almost never don't click on, my first one. But Flame Barrier going into Guardian, I don't really have Exhaust yet. Flame Barrier seems really good. I'm at 13 health, I'm very scared. And Flame Barrier is good also. Going into Birds next act as well would be very helpful if we don't find the Whirlwind in a timely manner. And I consider buying this Reaper that I have just enough gold for, but I don't have any strength yet. So I buy Entropic Brew. Important to keep your eye out for the potions there. We have a potion belt. So Entropic Brew is giving us 4 potions here. Very strong. I'll put Disarm on top, hoping to play it in a moment here. I should have put Ghostly Armor on top, I think. Actually. I could Fire Potion in order to play the Disarm here. And I'm probably going to an Entropic Brew here anyway, so I probably should have just done that. So, arguably playing this fight poorly so far. And I can, block pot, and then I'd actually choose to take 2 to play Bash and draw a billion cards. And I can actually split again, pretty good. This looks pretty good. Definitely liking what the Flame Barrier's been doing for us. And Disarm plus, very nice. We were probably okay without the Flame Barrier just because we had the Disarm plus. That card really, really shuts down this fight by itself, but Flame Barrier also a really good card, and I just wanted to be a little bit safer, I suppose. I'm also trying to branch a little bit out of my comfort zone. I tend to just, see a Feel No Pain, pick a Feel No Pain, but trying to perhaps do a little bit something else. Something in me is calling to just start picking weirder stuff. Take an Immolate as well for our double tap deck, so I'm going full SM Orc Ironclad deck here. Just kill them with attacks. And a few just whatever block cards in there. And really, really good rewards here. All 3 of them actually pickable here. I'm okay with just going to balls to the wall with the Runic Dome. And of course, the Pyramid is Pyramid. But we take Pandora's Box instead, and that looks pretty good. Double Seeing Red, offering Burning Pact. And there's actually also 2 clashes in there, unfortunately. So, very polarizing. Like, the cards that were good are really good. And the card that is bad is like the worst possible card. Very interesting. So we have 2 curses, and then some good cards as well. Oh, and interestingly now, this Perfected Strike is completely useless. Does 9, I believe. which I didn't really consider when I clicked it, if I'm going to be honest, although I am aware that that happens. Does no damage. Oh, I hadn't realized it yet, I think. I was like, oh, the number's so low because it's a bird. But should have played clothesline there. Oops. And Flame Barrier here is going to carry, of course. Shrug is pickable. Not amazing. And we get the Ritual Dagger, which is very fun. We have double tap as well. And no feed quite yet. So something to gain us some permanent benefit from each fight is cool. And his offering bottled is very nice. So yeah, very happy to find that. Draws us 6 cards. Now I realize it does 9 damage. Goodbye. There's double clash. Can we actually play it here? Looks like I can't. It's not a curse. It's 0 energy, deal 28 damage. And I could have doubled the Whirlwind, but I chose to take a bit of damage to charge a Ritual Dagger instead. Hoping to do it anyway. And Metallicize is fine. Metallicize plus seems pretty good. Flame Barrier again would have been fine. And we get this event, hoping for Necronomicon, of course. That'd be huge, but we find Enchiridion instead, which will give us a power at the start of each combat and turn its cost to 0. Very cool. And we're at another shop with essentially 250 gold. We find a Feel No Pain, which is very good now, and now we have all these insane exhaust cards. Remove a Clash. Service while Clash, but that is the only time you're going to be playable this entire run, probably. Give it a rest. I decline Apparitions. Could have been decent Apparitions. I just tend to not take them unless they're like really insane, because I don't love the way it feels to play. And we get a Pen Nib. Every 10th attack we play will deal double damage. Would love this Perfected Strike to deal damage right now, I'll tell you that. This hand is very bad against turn 1 of the Gremlin Nub. This is exactly why you need to be fast. This exact situation. Among many others, of course, but a great example. Just do the Carnage, even though it takes 2 more damage, because I want to be able to kill that soon. So the regen Gremlin leader is not too bad. Can be a bit awkward if you can't kill his first minion, though. Find a Disarm and a Flame Barrier. So we're actually blocking. Pretty good. Could have actually done Shrug there. Would have blocked for more. Or no, I don't have Feel No Pain in play. Don't have Feel No Pain in play. Disregard. And now we have all attacks when the minions are not alive. Very sad. Would love to have this Immolate next turn. And Clash is going to be unplayable. I should have just exhausted the Clash because there's very little chance that I wasn't drawing a skill there. It's like 50-50 to draw a skill. I was doing it twice. Math. More damage? I think it was more damage to do it the other way. But I also wanted to charge Pen Nib a bit more. Some very weird stuff happening here. We made it through. And find a Horn Cleat on turn 2 will give us 14 block for free, and we're also now 1/3 of a boat. Very cool. Might take an Uppercut plus another good card to double with double tap, and it's pretty good. And interestingly, we have membership cards, so that's 180 gold basically in a lot of situations. And I click the potion because I have a potion belt, and I actually get a blood potion, so I get a little bit greedy and decide to go. In a rare situation where we actually want to see the slavers for sure. We have double tap Whirlwind stuff going on. This turn could have been very awkward though, but we did find a Dark Embrace for 0 from our Enchiridion, so that's very helpful. And so now just hoping to find a double tap. If I have 4 energy after playing double tap, then I can kill all 3 of them at once. So I could pummel to draw a card, or I could just shrug. I do find it, so very nice. Find a red skull. If we're below half health, we will have 3 strength. Very nice relic. We would like a little bit of scaling for a lot of damage. We do have a pummel as well. It'll do even more. Better to play the pummel than to not play it there, I think. But it didn't look very good. And was fine with playing the corruption here. It'll be a fast enough fight that it won't matter. Feel no pain offering and draw 6, actually 8 cards. A little too many, in fact. Could have played a clothesline first, I suppose. Definitely looking for the Ritual Dagger. And Pen Nib is 1 away, so I want to play an attack and then Ritual Dagger, and it is enough. Hybrid against Book of Stabbing, a little bit slow. It's actually not really a high roll, but it sounds good. I play that for actually only 5 block, but actually a little bit interested in taking the damage there for the Centennial Puzzle, perhaps. And now I can play it without overdrawing. Very nice. We're going to have a lot of damage here. A Vulnerable Potion. And then play whatever the lowest damage card is first, and then double tap the second one, and then Ritual Dagger, and they both get double, and I believe it's enough. Exact lethal. Look at that. That's beautiful. I did that math pretty fast. That was kind of crazy. Maybe I was just sending it, and if it didn't kill, whatever. But probably more my style. And Fate is here versus Pommel Strike Plus and Rage. All definitely cards I want, actually. Pommel Strike Plus, I was really considering clicking over it. And we even have the Ritual Dagger already, which is kind of wanting to get played last anyway. But Feed is Feed. Very good. And we can... Plenty of fights where there's multiple enemies, so you can even do both. Offering on turn 1 is very bad against this enemy. And I played the Berserk. We do actually have this mushroom from the Act 1 event, Anger the Mushrooms event. And it turns out that that makes you take less damage while vulnerable. So Berserk, unusually good when you find that event, although still not ideal. But definitely something to consider if you are presented a Berserk. Err on the side of not taking it, but keep an open mind, I suppose. And really, really good Whirlwind there. Got to kill all of the minions. And I found a Lizard Tail also, so I was less concerned about dying here. I was pretty sure I could do it without dying anyway, and we had the Fairy Bottle the Lizard Tail just in case. Clash goes. Poor Clash. It's really doing its best. Offering's gone. A little bit scary. Want to play that Disarm? Probably. And I'm interested in playing that potion now that is just the Collector, me in a one-on-one. So that may perhaps last a bit longer. hoping to feed, it seems. So if I had found the double tap, oof, that's so sad. I really wanted the double tap. Double tap, 2 energy Whirlwind is the same as playing 1 4 energy Whirlwind, but it also gets me back to the feed sooner. But I bottom decked the double tap, so I did less damage after all. So it was a little bit sus now. This could have definitely taken a line that did more damage than this and perhaps gotten out faster. But I think it's going to be fine still. I can play a 2 energy card, Whirlwind for 34, or 32, rather, and then hopefully feed here. And indeed I can. Got our max health, made out like a bandit. Berserk is here for real. I'm still not interested in that, though. And, you know, it's nice when it starts in your opening hand for free and you have the option to play it. But I don't want to add it to my deck. And double tap again. Second is a bit too much. And Fiendfire perhaps looks good, but I'm not interested in that either. We're doing the double tap thing. Fiendfire doesn't work well with double tap without Dark Embrace, which I don't have yet. And I don't know. Just didn't seem like what I wanted to do here. Could have been good, though. And hard choice here. Can I get away with Coffee Dripper or not, basically? And I decide that I can. I have 412 gold, and we have a membership card. So very, very interested in going to the Merchant. Not clicking Fiendfire is probably the most questionable thing I've done so far. But I don't know. Some people would think that's absolutely insane, including me from like 1 year ago. I've just gotten lower on that card. Can't really explain it. Something about the way I build, I guess. Love to, yet again, either feed or charge the dagger here. Only can do one. The Darklings are not taking fatal damage unless it is the last one that you're hitting, as they will begin recharging instead. And therefore you cannot infinitely feed against the Darklings. Shockwave Plus looks pretty good. I considered Dual Wield for a moment, but not a lot of great stuff to copy. It's just they're good on their own, I suppose. And Ghostly Armor versus Whirlwind is pretty interesting. I keep the Whirlwind for my double tap stuff. It seems pretty important. Although normally you would ditch the attack. That was another attack, like if only it was Perfected Strike Plus, right? Or Clash. But it had to be the Whirlwind, which is like arguably the most important card in this deck. The most important attack in the deck, rather. So double tap Whirlwind is exactly lethal. Yet again, don't want to do that because it will end the fight too soon. I'm interested in charging the dagger or feeding. Feed here is better, but it also breaks Pen Nib. So there was a real consideration to not do that there. I find another Entropic Brew that's really good. It's 4 more potions. And a Bloodletting is here as well. Good with our Centennial Puzzle. And good with Red Skull, arguably. And, of course, double tap Whirlwind loves having more energy. Bit of weird play here, I remember. Really overkilling this one, but just to feed on it. Don't know if that was right. What do I want next turn? Play an Immolate. I know I have the block from Horn Cleat, so I can get away with that. Even get to weaken it to there. And Ritual Dagger is my only card that gains me permanent benefit left, so I keep it around, hoping to draw it again. And always going to draw it here with Burning Pact and Battle Trance. As long as you do that in the right order. And Pendib's on 9 as well, very nice. Trash, common attacks. Body Slam's not really doing it here. Definitely could consider Rupture here. I buy Tungsten Rod and it usually sounds bad to do that, but I have Bloodletting and Offering. So definitely could be a thing, this Rupture, if I can upgrade it. And I would love a scaling card. This is probably like a pivotal point here. I also just buy pellets and forget about Flex here. I just completely didn't register that as a combo, but you can remove the Strength minus debuff from the Flex with orange pellets, and that makes it a lot better. So, whiffed on both of those cards. I didn't quite feel the danger yet at this point, but you need to definitely appreciate when you're just not quite getting there with the scaling, and take some things that perhaps are unusual in order to resolve that. You can usually wait for the good stuff, or at least something better than like a Rupture when you just took a Tungsten Rod, but it solves the problem to some extent. Do a good amount of damage for these hallway fights and even the elites, but when we get to the big boys at the end, probably not going to be getting there on the damage at the moment, while also blocking for enough damage. Pendib's on 9, and we have double taps, so I'm probably going to just Whirlwind. Hoping Nemesis goes easy on us here. Definitely could be sad if we draw our cards on the wrong turn. This is a great example of why you'd want a Runic Pyramid. So I decide not to mess around with Nemesis. I just get out. And find another offering. That's really good. And we did get Akabeko, so now we'll be doing 8 extra damage with this Whirlwind if we can draw it on turn 1 per energy spent. That's a lot of damage. Definitely a good relic there. But again, it's mainly solving the fast fights even better without dealing with the heart and whatnot. Take another blood potion. More healing seem good when I can't rest. Consider it a duplication potion. I buy the disarm. That was there. And I decide to keep my gold just in case. And we get the Golden Shrine event, so we actually get to gain 275 gold or 550 gold at a shop, and that's insane. So I even considered skipping the third elite here, just to make sure I get to that shop with my basically 700 gold. But go this way, we get Writhing Mass, very spooky, and there's a Regret in my hand already on the turn I'm offering to 10 cards, so this could have gone better. There's a Berserk in my hand yet again. That I'm okay with playing, it seems. Consider attacking. I could. Yeah, that's fine. Writhing Mass usually mind controls me. I'm trying to get better about that. Simply play the fight correctly, forehead. I play overly cautiously, probably. That was correct not to attack, though. Then this time it's blocking, sadly. I rip it. Ooh, Very glad I didn't draw that. Actually, I have Burning Pact, man. Never mind. Could have drawn that. And so Whirlwind's very awkward with this fight, because if you spend all of your energy to just do damage, then if the last hit of it happens to turn its intent into a curse, you cannot get out. Very, very awkward. That's a bad hand. It's sad. I could attack Potion right now to then Ritual Dagger, hopefully, and get out. Find the bludge. Bludged! And yeah, Pen-Nib, I just needed any attack, actually. That did any damage, really. And Giant Head is here. Hopefully she'll be fine, since we can play a lot of cards and then double tap a Whirlwind. Double tap, uppercut, clothesline, probably. I've done this multiple times. Oh, I did Shockwave instead. Probably should have played clothesline. Yeah. Dang, I've never clicked a card that fast. I hate this regret, it seems. Seeing Reds were so good. My god, they were good. And make sure to reshuffle there, so that I can try to draw this double tap. That'd be good. Play cards just for the offering, make more space in my hand. Bloodletting. I can ensure that I draw this if I play the Shrug first. Or I can go for the 2 out of 3. Oof! I should have played Shrug. Whiffed on the double tap, and that double tap was pretty good. I even forgot that I had the Battle Trance. Whoops. Oh no. You fool. How many of you out there were just like past me? What's the problem? Why can't I just draw it now? Oh, you. Still plenty of damage. I decided to play the Ritual Dagger a bit prematurely there. But if I have a feed still, that'd be cool. And it's not even doing the big hits yet, and it's already almost dead. Very cool. That was a pretty good Giant Head fight. Another Feel No Pain Plus, and a Bag of Prep, drawing us 2 extra cards is great. Excellent relic. And Toolbox even, to make our turn 1s even better. Impervious is here as well. Quite a few good things. Captain's Wheel is pretty good against the Heart, but that costs a lot of gold. And I would love to have some money for the next shop. Obviously, heavily consider clicking it though. It's a good relic. 2/3 of a boat. Corruption pretty bad in this fight, sadly. Definitely interested in playing our cards more than one time. It's gonna go for a while here. And Bag of Prep making offering a little bit awkward, I suppose. Can't really think of it like that. The cards are here in my hand. Either way. And double tap is in place. This is doing 96 damage. I could just play offering again. Perhaps offering, uppercut, Wokebird, then Whirlwind, which would also be doubled. I do have Pen-Nib though, so this is actually doing more damage. Weakening the bird would be good though, of course. And Disarms will be nicely offsetting the bonus strength it gets from our powers. So it shouldn't be too dangerous, but it can still hit us quite hard. Some very sad hits there at the bottom. Only take 4 though, and we're now in Red Skull range. I was definitely thinking about that at the time, I remember. Happy to have the bonus strength for sure. playing that. Bloodletting, double tap, Whirlwind seems good. Gotta get this guy dead. Get rid of corruption. And thinking, do I have to play this Ritual Dagger here to not die? I can instead just Flame Barrier, which is good, but then hoping to yet again kill it without having to play this Ritual Dagger, so I can actually play it in the second phase. Some good damage with a double tap. But turns out just not quite getting there here. Can't draw any more cards this turn. So could have even gone Clothesline Feed, but in fact it's still not enough damage. And so very scary. Wokebird Phase 3. Big damn. Managed to full block with a Tungsten Rod. It's cute. Gotta weaken this guy here. And I'm not breaking the Lizardtail quite yet. I play Feed because it blocks a little bit. And I'm interested in doing the dagger thing. Nope, I already did that, never mind. Yeah, just had to block. Blocking is good. I have 8 health. Love to keep the Lizardtail for the next act, but doesn't seem likely here. And oof, that void. How do I get through this one? I probably use the potions. I like both those cards, it seems. So actually, getting there. Uppercut, surely. Make sure this Whirlwind has enough of those, actually. Whirlwind better, by a little bit. The Shrug and Flame Barrier are blocking for enough to beat this boss somehow. It's pretty cute. And gotta keep doing damage. I can actually get out right here. Huge. So, managed to not break Entropic Brew there. I believe I do, though, in this fight. Dodeka is not anything to sneeze at either. All three of the fights here were unusually hard for us. It just doesn't seem like we have enough. I don't really know what happened. And, like, that's why I was saying the Rupture from earlier could have been very good. We just never quite got there with the scaling aspect. Definitely very good in the fast fights, but bosses are a bit tough. No Dark Embrace, it seems. I tend to build in a way that really wants a Dark Embrace, so when I don't find it, it can look a bit awkward. So managing to win without it is a very, very good sign for my self. It's like a good sign for me. You need to be able to win without the really good cards, or else you won't be able to win a lot, because you don't always find those. I have 1 health, so probably going to have to break the Lizardtail here in order to play Offering. It's just a bit too strong. How do I ever kill them without playing this Offering? And very conveniently, Lizardtail heals you for half your health, so Red Skull is still on. Trying to somehow apply this weaken to Deka and block for enough, but the vulnerable would go on the Deka after the weaken gets consumed by the artifact charge, and I wouldn't have gotten there. So I'd have to double tap, then uppercut, then play Flame Barrier, but only had 4 energy, so not happening. Use my potions. Those are absolute trash. Oh god. And I was actually a little bit concerned at this point, because if those potions were good, then the heart was looking pretty good, probably. But boy, are those bad. Smoke Bomb is absolutely useless. It actually is unusable from this point. And energy potions are not really necessary when we have 2 offerings and 2 seeing reds. Explosive Potion is better in the Act 1 where you have low health enemies. So, yeah. That is actually a basically worthless potion bar, for sure. Energy Potion may come up, but probably not the need for 2 of them. That's quite a lot. And now that I've played the offering and I am kind of out of gas up here, I'm just trying to put it pedal to the metal, play as much damage as I can so I can get out before I die. Take some more damage. Ouch. Found the Ritual Dagger though, which is what I wanted. And we go to the next act. So hoping to find something at this shop for sure. A little bit scary here. Feeling like, how does this deck that almost just died to the Act 3 boss gauntlet kill the heart and the Act 4 elite, which are harder, probably. But we'll see. Upgrade Disarm. Disarm's really good against the heart, that's for sure. And Rupture's here again. This time I reconsider, I believe. Trade Smoke Bomb for a Power Potion, that'll be pretty good. Could be Demon Form or whatever, if I need scaling. And considered buying a Fruit Juice as well. Remove a Perfected Strike. And then, yeah, I realized, you know, I need some strength here. And, like, unupgraded Rupture. Disgusting. But it's like a few strength at least. It's something. I considered it might be my only way to win. Really. Like Attack Potion could even be worth it here. It's a really bad shop, by the way. Really bad. Get Berserk against the Act 4 Elite. A little bit scary. Floating draws 3 cards. I play Berserk because it costs 0. And I also have Orange Pellets, so actually totally fine. Can remove the debuff. So I have Akabeko. I would love to play Whirlwind as my first attack if possible. But I need to get cards out of my hand. Definitely play Warcry. There's Double Tap, just gotta find the Whirlwind. There's the Whirlwind. There's Seeing Red as well. So, can play 1 Energy Potion. And now Double Tap will deal... Okay, so Double Tap goes down to 6 energy, then we have a 6 energy Whirlwind. So right now, it is hitting for 16 times 6, 96, plus 8 times 6, 64, right? No, 16 times 6 is 112, actually. Right? $48, 96, 112, yes. No, wait, it's... Don't do this to me, math. 48, 96, and then 8 times 6 is 48. I can't do math, okay. But I just played more energy and got there, that's the point. 8 times 6 is 64, oh no. First grade me is very disappointed at myself right now. I was better at doing math back then. Cut the video. So against the heart, should be using Power Potion, like immediately. Or actually not immediately, because we have too many cards we will draw with Centennial Puzzle. So play card first, then play another card, then Power Potion. But I think I forget about it due to this Like, I went through the thought process of using the power potion already, and then I was like, wait, I can't yet, and then I forgot about it. Choose to play Disarm later. It does tend to... I already used one, so it tends to remove the strength debuff. And so I'd love to save the second one for after it removes the debuffs. But Disarm, of course, full blocking here. Very nice. Should be using Power Potion yet again, by the way. Whoops. And Tungsten Rod, very good in this fight, preventing some Beat of Death damage. Impervious on this turn is very questionable. I just wanted to play cards without taking the damage. So trying to redraw this the Disarm here, and hopefully could apply some statuses. I suppose I could just take the damage. I wanted to play that Whirlwind to do some damage, and I'm hoping to draw some more block here. But I can't play the Disarm yet. It has 2 artifact charges. And now getting hit for a lot. Gonna have to use this colorless potion, probably. And the Toy Ornithopter heal is actually very relevant here. We had 4 potions, so that's huge. Love to see that right at the end. And Uppercut, definitely need to get rid of those artifact charges. That's really important. Now, maybe might be able to survive the next turn cycle. Also, I don't think I mentioned I found Demon Form. That was really good, obviously. And Kyridian coming in clutch at the very end. And taking 60 damage. Better play this Disarm, now only 30. And we have 7 Metallicized, so we can still play a little bit more here. Going to take a good amount of damage, though. But need to actually do damage here, of course, to get out. And at the very end here, it looks very scary, but can Explosive Potion, and that heals me for just enough with Tungsten Rod to live. Actually, I would have gone to 1 without the Tungsten Rod, but of course, Tungsten Rod healed me plenty of times before that, so it was very close, but we made it through. So I was playing that run pretty quickly. Definitely whiffed on scaling. You definitely need to understand what your deck's doing, what your deck can't do, and make decisions for later around that. And that's not something I was really honed into until the end, and I kind of got lucky. Definitely very fortunate just getting there with the healing from the Toy Ornithopter and the Rupture I found at the store, of course. Very, very sus run, but just got there, and that's a win is a win. So if you're still here, how have you not subbed or liked the video? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.